Hey, what's up, guys? Welcome back. I hope you guys are doing all right. I hope you guys are feeling great. I hope you guys are feeling phenomenal. Today is the day. Today's the day. Today I'm gonna make this video in this video. Make the video in this video. I'm gonna make this video, and the topic of today's video, if you can't tell by the thumbnail already, is it's nutrition. It's, you know, what I put into my body, the strategies I use to, you know, work around things. And I get asked a lot, what's your diet like? My diet's kind of shit compared to a lot of other people's. I think I told you guys before, struggling to fit tiny little meals in out of Tupperware, cooking. I did the food prep thing for a little while. It just doesn't work out. I mean, it can, and if you're one of those people that you can do that and you can be militant on your schedule and on your shit, and you can, you know, eat every 3 hours, listen, nothing against you, more power to you. I myself am just not able to do that, and it sucks. And, you know, I just came across a method that's a lot better. How I got taught these methods, all KinoBody, when I came across KinoBody, that's made by a guy named Greg Gallagher. I'll leave his link in the channel as well as his Instagram, the links to his YouTube and his Instagram. He posts a lot of really good free content there. I know a lot of people that get, you know, really good results without having to buy a program from him, just because he posts a lot of good content on YouTube and a lot of tips and whatnot on how to maximize. Whether, you know what, we're gonna go for fat loss. Muscle building, I guess I'll cover in another topic, but it looks like a lot of people wanna get really lean. And a part of that is, first things first, you have to eat at a calorie deficit. That's just it. What a calorie is, and the simplest way to explain it, a calorie is a unit of measurement, basically. So eating at a calorie deficit means you eat less calories than you actually consume. And just to give you guys a little quick physique check here, so I'm gonna take this video on, so we'll get there in a second. But just to give you guys an idea of, this is me now. Right this second as we're speaking, well, as I'm filming this. So real quick, I'm gonna take you guys outside. It's very simple, essentially, fat loss. It comes down to calories in versus calories out. Now, like I keep saying, you consume less calories than your body burns, you will just naturally lose weight. And there's a trick. There are 7 days in a week. So at a healthy rate, for you to lose 1 pound of fat per week, and if you take that and you divide that by every day in the week, because there's 7, right? You take that 7 days in a week, there are 3,500 calories. Remember, calories is a unit of measurement. 3,500 calories of fat, of your body fat, is equivalent to 1 pound of body fat. So 3,500, you essentially just have to burn 500 calories in a day. Now you're like, I could go for a run, I could go for this, that, and the third. Pause, listen to me. What you wanna do is you wanna eat at a calorie deficit. So there's a magic number. You take your current body weight and you times it by 15, and that's what you get in calories for your maintenance. That is how many calories your body needs to sustain physically, metaphysically, where it is now. So that's without fat loss, without muscle gain, without anything, just to keep it at where it's at. Eat 500 calories below that. The reason why it's only 500, like I said, a pound a week, 500 calories burned every day off of just you eating at a calorie deficit. And that's not a huge deficit. That's a very doable deficit. It might feel uncomfortable if you're not used to dieting at first, and that's perfectly fine. But it's not that big of a deficit. And the reason why you don't want to go too low in calories is because you're going to deplete your body. Your body's going to go into shock. It's going to be like, why are you doing this? So the calories that, you know, that it does consume, it's going to hang on to a lot tighter and whatnot. And in the long run, it's just not going to do you much good. It's not. You have to appreciate where you are now and actually take the steps to get there. We can't just sprint there. You got to be able to crawl before you can zoom like the Flash, right? Leave that as eye candy right there for you guys. So that's what it comes down to. And for me, 180-pound male, right, my maintenance is about 2,700 calories. So eat 500 calories below that. The sweet spot for me is 2,200 calories. Now you might ask, oh, how much protein do you take in? A good number to use is to take your current body weight and then times it by 0.82, and that's how many grams of protein you should be intaking. And for me, that's about 150 grams of protein. Now you might ask yourself, that's a lot of fucking protein. How on earth do you fit that much protein into the day? Especially if you don't eat, all the freaking time. I do intermittent fasting, and I don't do it in terms of, there are some people who fast and they have like the eating windows. I don't do that. So my eating window per se is respective to whenever I wake up, right? So say if I wake up at 12, right? I won't eat for the first 4 to 6 hours in a day. And I won't have my first meal. Sometimes I push past that just because scheduling, I've got stuff to do, I didn't have time, whatever. But starting off, if you want to give this a try, just 4 to 6 hours a day, if you wake up at 8 o'clock, hold off what you can till eat, and eat till 12 at least. I try to at least do 4 hours. Try to push it to 6, but at the very least 4, depending on the day. Sometimes it doesn't always work out that way. That's completely fine, so long as you do the fasting. I drink black coffee. It blunts my appetite, and that's one of the things that Greg teaches and recommends. Sparkling water is also really, really good. Just water, right, to keep you full. A lot of the times we'll think like, God damn, I'm so hungry. Why am I this hungry? A lot of times we're just dehydrated. So we're dehydrated a lot of the time. So that's just something to keep in mind. If you find yourself that you're trying this fasting thing, you're like, fuck, I'm hungry. Try drinking some water, black coffee. The reason why you don't put any sugar in it, and it's just black, no sweetener, no nothing, unless it's like a 0-calorie sweetener or whatever the case is. I don't really think those are good for your body though, so I wouldn't recommend those. But the reason being is that even a little bit of sugar, that'll have a calorie. So you're gonna, not 1 calorie. I don't think 1 calorie is enough to break the fast, but however many calories it is enough to break the fast, you don't want to break the fast too early, because when you're in this fasted state, your body's using its stored fat cells for fuel instead of, whatever it is that you had for breakfast. I haven't eaten breakfast in fucking years. I don't eat breakfast. Breakfast is a myth to me. I don't do breakfast. Doesn't mean I can't have breakfast food. It's just that I don't wake up, first thing in the morning feeling ravenous and feeling hungry. And you get used to it eventually, and I don't feel hungry anymore. When it comes to fat loss, you will hit a point where even if you hit all your protein and you eat at a calorie deficit, every day and whatnot, you will hit a point where eventually you're gonna plateau, right? Like everything else. And then you really want to get into the nitty-gritty of tracking your carbs as well as your fats, which if you're trying this approach, I recommend you do anyway. Fats is 30% of your calories. Your fats, should be 30% of your calories, because you got to remember, your body needs fats. Like, fats aren't bad for you. Carbs aren't bad for you either, especially for men. Low carb diets suppress testosterone. You will end up with low T. It might be good to lose fat for someone who might be overweight, dangerously obese, or if you're just trying to try it out for the very, very short term. But in the long term, that prolonged without carbs, like, they keep you full and they keep you fueled. So ketogenic diets, they're not really, really good for men at all. They're not good for men. You don't want to suffer from the low T just to get down to a lower body fat. Trust me, there are more enjoyable, better ways to do it that you don't have to sacrifice the simple pleasures. Your carbs are, if I remember, you take the number of calories from your protein, the number of calories that from your fats, and then the rest of your calories, you take that number and you divide it by 4, because there's 4 calories in every gram of carbs. There's also 4 calories in every gram of protein, and there's 8 calories in every gram of fat. So the rest of that, boom, 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 bam, divide that by 4. That's what you get as your carb number, your daily goal. Now, you don't have to get into the nitty gritty, like I said, starting off. If you just want to try this method for a couple weeks, a month, see how you do on it, or just because, you know, fuck it, let me try something new. You don't have to go crazy with carbs and fats, but remember, eat at a calorie deficit and get your protein in. Your body will thank you. Your body will respond accordingly, and you will see that fat will start to fly off. But like I said, eventually you're gonna plateau, but try that first. I might make another video on how to get into the real nitty gritty, exactly how to track macros and to keep track, and you can do this and have enjoyable meals. You guys saw the meal I had at Jacob's Pickles the other day, and yeah, I fasted before that. And that freaking chicken and pancakes was great. You guys need to check that place out. Great fucking meal. You don't necessarily have to go too crazy. So just keep those numbers in mind. Your calorie deficit. Remember, body weight times 15 minus that number by 500. That's your calorie deficit. We got a cameo from some people over there. And that's your calorie deficit. So the comment that I originally got in one of my videos was how my diet changed during quarantine. Because I do intermittent fasting and whatnot, it allows me to eat really big, fulfilling meals. So, you know, packed with protein, huge meals, and people are like, wow, how the fuck can you eat like this and look like this? It's quite simple, really. It's just calories in versus calories out. And I fit in dessert into my calories because it keeps me full, it keeps me satisfied. The best diet, it doesn't have a name, it's just the diet you can stick to. The diet that you find so enjoyable that it's effortless, that you can hit your calorie deficit and you could be good. You know, yeah, you might have to have a little bit of willpower, but not anything crazy to where you're eating at a calorie deficit of like a freaking 1,000 calories and you're eating brown rice, chicken and shit like that out of Tupperware. So yeah, there's that. So my diet didn't change too much, not at all, really. Except maybe I started, because of the pandemic, I started ordering out more, Uber Eats. I'm pretty sure we all were. And just give you guys a rundown, I would do 2 double steak Chipotle bowls, white rice, pinto beans, double steak each on both, cheese and some lettuce. That was it. Those together were about roughly like 1,500 calories. You might ask yourself, well, how the hell do you find that number? There's apps like MyFitnessPal. You can look it up online. A lot of these chained food restaurants, even like the Cheesecake Factory, it doesn't even have to be necessarily fast food. If they own a certain amount of restaurants, by law, they need to have I don't think their full macro breakdown, but at least the calories per meal. So and sometimes you can just, if you scan their menu with some of these places, it might just be provided. So yeah, it's really easy and really simple to keep track of these things. And then I would probably order like Checkers and get this shake that was like 500 calories, this chocolate shake, 'cause I like chocolate. If I wasn't doing Hershey bars, and like an apple pie on the side that was maybe 300 calories. So can hit me DMs via Instagram. You guys can ask any questions in the comments below. Let me know what you thought about this video in the comment below. Any and all questions you have, just drop them down in the comments, because I know there's probably going to be some. Don't be shy. Yes, I will reply my comments, because I love hearing from you guys. I love hearing from what you guys think. I hope you guys are enjoying the content on my channel thus far. Another video, but stay tuned with that. You got a lot of people seem to like the food vlog, so there are definitely going to be more of those. And yeah, if you guys enjoyed this video, if you could drop a like rating, I would really appreciate it. If you guys want to stay up to date with all the latest content, don't forget to hit that bell and subscribe, so you'll be notified as soon as I post a video. And like I said, if you guys have any questions, comment section. I'll read them all, take a look at them all. I will give you an in-depth answer, and I'll make sure, and I'll try my very best to be very clear, or I'll leave my link to my Instagram in the description for you guys. So if you want to have like a conversation, or if you don't just want it to be your question to be up there in public, because my page is public and whatnot, for those reasons, that's cool. I understand that. So you guys can shoot me a DM and ask me any and all questions that you might have, because like I said, I want to bring the most value I can to you guys. It's a lifestyle.